We finally get the Astrobot Controller. The Xbox 360 blinks its last red ring of death, and the PlayStation pricing has been slashed. Yes!
Oh.
Welcome back to 128 KB News. This is your quick bit of gaming news where we catch up with the gaming news from the week, and we have motorbikes roaring in the background in celebration.
We live in Mad Max.
This is Mad Max World. Welcome back to the Thunderdome. So we're going to jump straight in.
Yes.
And this one excited me straight off the bat.
Oh,
and
me,
that is
me too.
The Astrobot Controller. I've got to say that Astrobot, or Astro's Playroom, whatever, is the best thing that happened on PlayStation.
The only thing that happened on PlayStation.
It was the first moment in PlayStation 5 that I experienced, that we all experienced, the controller demo. And I thought, if this is the future of PlayStation, then we're in for an absolute treat, because this is amazing.
Yeah.
And that was probably the high watermark. It's gone kind of a bit downhill
since then. Yeah, it's just been thrown in as a gimmick. But either way, this controller is by far the best looking PlayStation 5 controller I've seen.
100%. What a great way to celebrate the full game coming here. And I know you're probably going to get rid of your PlayStation soon, spoiler. But I'm keeping mine, and I'm definitely going to get that game, because PlayStation 5 desperately needs an awesome platformer, and that's going to be it.
Yeah,
so this controller's a great way to celebrate that.
I'm hyped for the game, even though I'll just wait and see if
you could watch me play it. It's fine.
Or just wait and see if they release it on PC in like 10 years.
It's 100% going to come to PC. The only thing I'm disappointed about with the controller is you've got the two eyes on the center button. They're not animated.
No, I know.
That would have been so cool if it was.
That was the first thing I looked for, like online. I was like, they are animated, because that would have been so cool. Even if it was just the same animation or something.
Yeah.
Or if you could control it in the PlayStation, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
But no, that didn't happen. So,
no.
But it's still cool.
Yeah, it's still cool. I'm looking forward to getting it. But I'm going to move it along really quickly. And we've seen an influx of cheaters in Call of Duty land.
Yes.
And it kind of ties in line exactly with Game Pass. So has Game Pass caused loads of cheaters in Call of Duty?
Or hang on a minute, because wasn't it like the day after it got launched on Game Pass when you installed it, AJ, on your Ally X?
It actually was. Let's be fair, if I'm using cheats in Call of Duty, it's only to get myself up to the average level, because I suck so hard at it.
I love that.
So there's been this like huge influx in reports of cheating happening within Call of Duty, and primarily in Warzone as well. So whether that's because of Game Pass players or just because there's more players than before, I don't know.
I don't know. I genuinely don't actually know how people cheat in these games, because I know there's loads of weird, funny things that like workarounds to get people to cheat. Like that's why Microsoft stopped the whole like controller support from third parties and stuff, because somehow people were using those to cheat and stuff. So I don't know. Is it because it's on Game Pass, or is that coincidence, like I said?
I think it's coincidental. It's just because there's more players than there was before. Okay, this is a big one. We've waited forever. The Fallout London, the mod, is finally here. It's here. And I'm so happy for the people that made this, because they've had a hellish ride to get to this point.
Yeah.
It was due for release a few months ago, and then they got kind of totally blindsided by Bethesda launching the patch, the next-gen patch for Fallout 4, and that meant that their mod no longer worked. It literally just nuked it.
Gutting. Yeah, literally nuked it. Yeah, I remember seeing the tweet and stuff from them going, that's us. Just spent and
game over, man.
Yeah, and seeing that they've now got a way around it by rolling the game back, that's awesome. Like, that's really cool.
It's a 30 gig download. It's if you don't know, it's a huge free mod to Fallout 4 where you play in an open world London. It's not lore, so it does break the kind of story canon of Fallout, but it is its own fully immersive story. They've done an incredible job. There's even full voice acting for all of the characters in it as well.
Wow,
they've done an amazing job. It looks really good visually. But you do have to be a little bit savvy if you're going to install it. It is a mod to a game after all.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be okay with rolling back your version of Fallout 4, although apparently it does it inside the mod, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
Because when I was looking at it, if you've got the game, so Fallout, like the Ultimate Edition, whatever it is, if you've got that on GOG, Good Old Games, you don't need to do any rolling back. You just download it, download the the mod and it will just work. However, if you download the mod from GOG for free, which it is currently, and then have Steam version of Fallout like I do, it said that you had to go through like a process of rolling back the game to then be able to install it. And I saw that because I was going to download it on my Ally X, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I looked into it. I was like, I'm not going to do that.
I'm definitely not going to do that.
I can't be bothered
Too much.
right now. I'll look at it in the future. And I'm kind of glad that I've waited because apparently there's loads of bugs and stuff at the minute.
Yeah, it's really buggy. But then it is a kind of
Bethesda
community-made mod. No. Well, yes, it is that. And then on top of the Bethesda game, it's a community-made mod. Yeah, so that's probably the least buggy bit, to be fair.
Well, true, yeah. It might be less buggy than Bethesda.
Yeah. And talking of Bethesda, there's rumours that the modders are trying to work with Bethesda in rolling the mod out to Xbox players as well.
I don't see how that's going to happen, but maybe, possibly.
Yeah, that feels thin. I don't know how you would roll back versions of games inside your Xbox, and there's loads of problems with that. But, I mean, it's a rumour, so let's ride it until the wheels fall off.
Yeah. Well, exactly, yeah.
Okay. On to the big stuff, the juicy things. Ooh. And are you seated, Andy?
I am.
Do you have your tissues ready?
I do, and I also have an Xbox behind me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go with the tissue joke, but you went straight in with the sadness. No, it's fine. Not for that kind of joke. No, but the Xbox 360 marketplace is no more.
I know.
F's for respect and all that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, literally, I've got a 360 behind me on the shelf.
I would have, but I've returned all mine because they all died over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Multiple times. But yeah, the 360 has blinked its last red ring of death.
Oh.
Do you like that one?
I did. I was hoping you would not put the of death in there. But
Oh, okay. Just red ring.
Yeah.
Death. After 19 years, it's finally gone. To be fair, before I read the story, I actually didn't realise the Xbox 360 marketplace was still in existence.
Yeah, I genuinely thought it shut down like a couple of years ago, and I wasn't aware of it at all. But yeah, it's sad news. It's been almost 20 years, you know.
Interestingly, the PS3 marketplace does still exist.
Yes.
And that's the only one left of that generation of consoles. Because obviously we saw the Wii shop disappearing, the Wii U shop disappearing recently, about a year ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So now with the Xbox 360 marketplace gone, it's just the PS3 left of that generation. There's been there's been a lot of kind of reminiscing happening, people going, the 360 generation was the glory days.
Yeah.
I don't see it because I hated the 360. I loved it, but mine just broke so much.
I was so lucky. See, my brother-in-law, I think he went through 3 or 4 of them. But me and my brother both had our own ones, and we never experienced the red ring of death ourselves.
You're lucky.
Yeah, we were lucky. But we did buy those really stupid, massive fan attachments.
I know what you're going to say.
Into the back. Like it was like a 3 or 6 thing, and oh my god, it hummed. I don't know if that actually helped or not, but
probably
it was
not. Probably
so
got it hotter.
loud. Yeah, probably.
Since the last one of that generation, there's been some outcry from our friends over at the Video Game Preservation Society. I don't even know if that's their proper name. It's funnier. They're obviously. There's concerns about people not having access to their DLC content or their digital-only games, or if there was smaller digital-only full releases.
Yes.
Now they've disappeared, which obviously there's going to be some of that. But I will say in Xbox's defense, out of all of the console manufacturers and gaming platforms, they are the best for backwards compatibility through generations.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they
do way more than the others.
Yeah, they're in the forefront for sure. And obviously, now it's all about emulation.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If you've got an Ally X, you can have Game Pass on there and emulate 360 games. There you go.
Do you work for Asus?
No, but they can send us more cash.
More cash?
Yeah.
I just want to know where the other cash went.
I'm using it as a footrest right now. The suitcase.
That suitcase.
Yeah. It's
cold, final story.
Cash.
The big one, Andy.
Oh.
I don't know if it's the big one. These are in no particular order, but there you go. The PlayStation hardware prices have been slashed. Now, yes, that is clickbait. Shoot me if you will. I'm talking specifically about the PSVR 2, which has been almost half priced.
Yeah, that's insane.
$200 off.
I mean, they only sold 3 of them, so it's about time.
Yeah, it's about time they'd actually try to move some of them. It's got to be one of the worst selling accessories of all time. The player uptake has been very slow.
Yeah, sad,
but yes, the price has come down from $550 down to $350.
Yeah, dollars.
Whether this is dollars. Whether this is a limited time deal or not, we're still unsure. But currently, it does make it cheaper than the Meta Quest 3.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is something to say for the VR world.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I think the Meta Quest 3 has like cameras on the front and stuff, doesn't it? So
yeah, it's a better piece of hardware. Let's be honest.
But, I mean, I get it, and I think this is going to be good for people that wanted to experience it. I mean, $200 off is a lot of money. It's pretty much half price. Huge. You know, so that makes it worthwhile for a lot of people that have probably been on the fence for this kind of thing. You know, I've always wanted to experience it myself, but the price it prices itself out for me. I'm not going to spend 550 quid on a hat and sunglasses, you know, like it's
more than the console that it plays off of.
Exactly, yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm not doing that, and especially then you have to buy the games and stuff. Like, I'm all right.
No, it doesn't make sense. It's been so poor performing and underselling from PlayStation users that we also saw at the same time Sony released the PS VR2 app on the Steam library. So PC players can now experience it if they buy the additional $60 adapter.
Yeah, of course, because you know, Sony and their proprietary adapters, they love them, don't they? They absolutely love them.
Awful people. So now you can experience the 3 games that exist on PSVR 2 on PC too.
Yeah. And hopefully,
amazing.
You know, if this is competitive, I'm not like with it with VR like prices, but if this is competitive in PC land and now it's like actually available to be used and you can use it with other VR stuff, like anything on Steam or whatever, then maybe they'll actually get some sales.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that's missing is good titles, and without good titles, no piece of hardware is going to sell. And I think, in truth, there's only Horizon, isn't there, the VR version?
Yeah.
So there's like one really good AAA title on this, and we're yet to see anything beyond kind of cartoony rhythm-based nonsense and combat things that aren't like full proper games.
Experiences. Yeah.
Totally, it still feels like a gimmick. I think it's the problem.
Yes. Yeah, I agree, and I feel like that's why Xbox haven't bothered. Do you know what I mean? Like they did the whole camera thing back in was it the 360 days? You know,
it was, the Kinect, was it?
Yeah, the Kinect, and they pushed that hard, and I think that ultimately didn't do like as well. Like, it did at the beginning because it was like you've said before, a bit like the Wii, like a bit of fun, and that was more inclusive because it was for everyone. And now you're making it very like one person with a VR headset. It's very expensive to get into. I think people are just like meh. So, yeah, not that interested. Anyway, that about wraps it up for catching up on this week's quick bit of gaming news. I've got to change what it's called because it's tongue twister. It's too difficult to say. I don't even know what it is.
Who does? Who are we?
I don't know where I am. What channel is this on?
If you know what we're doing here, please let us know in the comments down below. And whilst you're down there digging around, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our next week's gaming news.
Yes.
What else should they do, Andy?
They should.
It's around here.
They should go and check out a video from one of our other many channels, which would either be the podcast or the 128 channel. And check those out just in between our faces.
Until the next time, we'll see you next time.
Bye.